Hello, this is 1RC Racer part 10. So just a bit of a catch up from the last video. I'm a bit more awake, bit livelier. Things are going a little bit better. So we just had the Short Course Nationals at Northwest Nitro, which I had a really good day. Had some really good battles with Triss, and unfortunately I got bit by a piece of Astro that was laid to smooth the jump out, and yeah, my truck just lifted and my truck hit it, and Tristan got past. Otherwise I might have just done a little bit better. I think I finished second. Yeah, I finished second. So that was good points on a massive track. It felt like probably the biggest track we'd done, and fastest track that we'd done. Very open, carrying a lot of speed through the corners. The truck's brilliant. Just can't really say any more, really. Probably just didn't have the grunt that it needed. Obviously my truck runs 2-pole standard 540 in a buggy electrics, but the Tristan's Techno runs a 550 motor 4-pole, so it's probably just got to, it's gonna be a little bit better on the massive Astro track. But mega fun. We had some really good battles, and I'm happy with the placing, really. Absolutely freezing that night. The night before, Friday night. Got up there Friday, just frozen at night. Saturday practice, so it was good. Sunday on the Astro, a good finish, really. Wasn't really expecting a lot. And because it was such a big open track, it was kind of lost that technical where you can make time up. Got out on the dirt track Sunday. Sunday after the Astro track, and the truck felt mega. It felt really good, but there was no dust on it. On the Monday race day, it started to just break the top surface up, and I think a couple of qualifiers in, I know Tristan went up onto super soft tyres. He'd got a lot of tyres with him, and I basically didn't have the set that I'd bought that I thought was going to be good enough. Kind of forgot my truck's over a kilogram lighter, so I was a bit worried about tyre wear, but it took nothing off my tyres, really, and I was on a soft compound, but because of the weight issue I could have gone a lot softer, a lot softer. But it's a brand new truck. It's kind of the first time we've done a dirt track in 2 years. And to be honest, 2 years ago I didn't do very well up there anyway, so yeah. But the truck felt really good, felt loads better than last time. I felt like I had a lot more control with this truck. It was just one of them where if you made a mistake, kind of that was it. So I managed to take a qualifier, first qualifier. Second qualifier, I made a mistake early on, and just couldn't catch up. Tried pushing a bit too much. I think Tristan went on to super softs then. Third round, I just couldn't keep up with that sort of tyre, with the degradation of the track. It was just like sand on concrete, so it became very slippy. Yeah, the weather started to get cold. I did a few changes to the truck. I broke a gearbox in number 3. I tried to go big on the quad, and basically didn't make it. So I broke the truck. I think that was rack 3. And then yeah, I think 4 did okay. So it went to the 3-leg final, and I actually don't remember where I came position wise. I just worked it out that I knew I needed to nick Carlos or Tristan, I think it was, or Justin. It was quite close between us all, and I'd not driven the best, and I tried a few different lines, even up the straight. It was so bumpy, just to try and get a little bit of a smoother line, and I'd do that 3 times. 4th time, it'd just throw the truck literally sideways, and you were out the power on the brakes, just trying to knock whoever the hose in. It was just violently through it. Not the truck's fault. It's just, when they stepped out on there, that was it. And I just seemed to catch a series of funky bumps, I'll say, through that race. And then it come down to the last one. I felt like I was really struggling. I just tried to keep it on its wheels, nicked in and caught on the back of, I think Justin had just checked out. The other 2 had had a bit of a tangle, and I managed to get on the back of them. They come together. I managed to just get past Carlos, and we literally raced to the line again, me and Tristan, for 2nd place from 4th. But he managed, he was just literally finished a truck ahead of me. So I took 3rd overall, which puts me on the podium again with the Tekno Prime, which I'm happy about, to be honest, because I was looking forward to it. It's a mega track. I love the track to bits, but I just struggle on it. I do struggle on it. I love a technical track, but I love a consistent technical track. So yeah, just on the dirt, I think, a bit more time setting up. I know, Tristan was showing us some videos of him racing in Korea on the dirt. So, I'll say he's had, even that advantage, just spending a day at the track, was always going to be a bonus on, going on to the bit of the unknown. But brilliant event. Managed to get back all right with the van in limp mode, 160 something odd miles, railed it. Didn't actually have a bad run back, wasn't too bad. Been messing about, found I had I'd gotten, when I bought the van, it had a blown intercooler, so I'd been given another one that had been bodged up, and I hadn't noticed, and I didn't bother taking the pipes out, so I didn't notice. So it kept blowing boost pipes out. I'd had to buy a couple of new boost pipes because the guy had chopped them up, and we were struggling for no boost with the van. So I kind of went through everything, checked the turbo, went to check the actuator, and the actuator was wound all the way out. So that's why we wasn't producing any boost. So once we wound the actuator back in, it was blowing boost pipes off. So I managed to take the front bumper off again, which is awesome on a Volkswagen. Find out where it was, sort that out. Done a few other jobs, like once I got in the van in the back, I was alright with the side door, but the crew seat's in the way. But I used to have to, when we was up at Blackpool, I was having to climb over the crew seat because the handle weren't working. So I got that working. Heard a bit of a noise on the back end today, and stripped all the rear end down, and there's no brake pads were on the metal one side, so I had to put a set of brake pads in it. Obviously I had to put an alternator in it when I bought it, so, but it was still a mega cheap van. Just ran out of cash till I get paid. I ain't got a lot then. Yeah, insured the van, and then they phoned me up and decided that they weren't going to insure it, which was good of them. They said the van had been modified. It hasn't. It will be, but it hadn't. So, and yeah, because of the, obviously, that didn't even get to that point where they were going to find out about that, because they said about Obviously, the case was still ongoing from the guy running me into me, which I'd told them about that, but they, yeah, no bed. So then I had to insure the van again. So it's been a bit of a stressful one. Yeah, and just yeah. So then they gave me a brand new Mercedes. Courtesy car turned up probably a week too late, but what a motor car, E-Class, brand new. Just it's beautiful. I go in quite a lot of new cars, but this thing's it's nice, really nice. Got to say massive thanks to my mate Darren from Woodhouse and Carmen, Volkswagen specialist, and without him I wouldn't have even made Blackpool. I didn't have a vehicle. He managed to sort me out this one. We knew it had a few problems, which wouldn't have been a problem, except we were trying to get them all done in 2 days before I went up to Blackpool. Even literally fitting boost pipes, waiting for the boost pipes to come in and fitting them on the way. So I went from here to his garage to Blackpool. So massive thanks to him. And what we got next? So we got this weekend. We've got the round 2 of the buggy regionals, 2-wheel drive buggy regionals. So I'll be running the AE 6.1, the Techno 6.1. Techno 6.1. Had a really good run with it actually at Robin Hood, and I normally have a good run on the grass at West Bridgeford. So I normally do quite well there. I tend to sort of, it feels like to me like I tend to sort of get used to it a bit quicker than everybody else. So I tend to sort of do okay early on, and then everyone else gets used to it and then goes past me like normal. So yeah, that's ready to go. Pretty much not touched it from last meeting. Not really sure, probably a little softer on the oils. Might go down on the spring. But I'm just waiting to see what the weather's going to be like. It is supposed to be nice and sunny, but don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I got back from Blackpool. And then I didn't know my wife had booked me the day off after, so I spent a bit of time doing the van. I was absolutely shattered. 4 days of sleeping in a van, literally in a van on the floor on a bit of a sun lounger mattress thing. Early mornings, late nights, long drive home, and I've got a friend round the corner. He's lost both his legs, elderly gentleman. He always stops, lovely guy, and he always stops and says hello. We always have a chat, become really good friends. Always buys the kids sweets and lollies, and Buster jumps up on his mobility scooter and that, and his partner, got a phone call off his partner the other night at 2:30 in the morning saying that he was in a bit of a mess and couldn't go round, so sort of jogged round the corner, and he literally lives 100 yards away. Finished off pretty much me giving him CPR on the floor. But yeah, unfortunately he didn't make it. So that was another bit of a sort of a stress. And a bit of a knock for six, really. You know what I mean? He was one of my good mates. Lovely bloke. And I'll miss him dearly. Even today I was working on the van, and I kept expecting him to see, because he always used to come up sort of down the side of my house, and he'd go into town every day. And I kept turning around as though he was going to be sat there, and he wasn't, you know. So it's another bit of sort of stress, but hopefully, you know, he's in a better place now. Chasing the ladies, I expect, having a good drink. the van's pretty much on its way. Managed to get it out today after doing a load of bits, and it's not going into limp mode anymore. But I went down the A1 in it and thrashed it to death, trying to get it into limp mode, and it didn't go in. So we've just got to do a can't remember what it's called. Drive it on the road, and then it tells us what boost required, and then it tells us what's boost being provided. So as soon as I can get that up to mark, to the marks where it needs to be, and then we can go from there. But with the rest of the stuff, so that's about it for the van. It's a few bits. I've got my wheels, got my spoiler, got my new crew seat should be on its way. It's paid for. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's been a bit of a toughie last few weeks. Last couple of weeks. Seems to have settled down a bit now, and I need to still haven't cleaned my truck. In fact, it's probably the first time I've even been in here since I got back from Blackpool, which is very unlike me. And I literally came in from Blackpool and just dumped kit. I've only just sort of started sorting my piles of tyres out on the floor and chucking them into the box and stuff that they need to be in. But yeah, other than that, looking forward to it. We're up at Deerdale next for the Truck National on, I think, the 9th. So I went up there the other day. That's looking good. Big Astro track. Very similar to like a 1/10 track. Lots of tight twists and turns. Some good doubles and triples and little tabletops. Nothing massive on the jumps, but should be a good round up there. Yeah, looking forward to that. That should be good. So that's the next truck one. So next buggy one's this Sunday at West Bridgeford, but they have theirs at their regional meeting at Bingham on the rugby field there. So hopefully should be quite good. And that's about it. I can't really think of anything else to say. I think I'm top of the points. Just waiting for Chris Spenlove, as always, to do the scores. But I think that should put me top of the table for now, at least, for the Short Course National. So after the Astro track on the Sunday, that would have put me top of the table above Carlos. And then I think Monday on the dirt track should have just given me a couple more points. Kirk was he was suffering from hop poisoning. So he didn't get any points on the Astro track, and I think I nicked him by a couple of points at Coastal. But he nicked me by a couple of points on the dirt track. So it'll all even out, and it's all still to play for. Unfortunately, we're pretty much all 1/8 the tracks this year, apart from A1. So it might prove not as fruitful for the Tekno Prime. It was built to be in and out of corners faster, as opposed to be flat out down straights. But we shall see. There's always next year. I'm top of the table at the minute, so it might be this year. And it's all to play for. Feeling hopeful. Massive thanks to RPRC. Just mega support when you need it. Dan's always helpful. Matt's always helpful. Yeah, just brilliant guys. Just for advice, you know what I mean. If you just want, if your car's not turning in or something, and you just, you're not quite with it, you might be a bit tired and just overlook the simplest thing. They're always there to go, well, why have you done that? You know what I mean? Or if we do this, this will do this. So them guys are awesome. It's just so good to be on their team. I feel so privileged to be on the RPRC team. And yeah, it's just mega. Just really good. Absolutely loving the EB, loving the Prime. I'm loving the EB though, but I'm loving the Prime as well. And yeah, that's about it really. Try and get another update in after the regional, just to see how I go. I can't even remember how I did. I know I did quite well. From the guys that were in front of me were all mega fast guys anyway. So, and I was kind of right up there. And I put some good runs in at the right times, and that's more important really. Putting the runs in at the right time. No point in having a fast run if everybody's had a fast run. But yeah, I managed to get them in, and yeah, that's about it. Just a massive thanks to Andy Beaumont up at Northwest Nitro. If you've never had a look at their track, have a look on YouTube. They've got 2 tracks, an Astro track and a dirt track. Obviously usually 1/8 stuff, but we ran the 1/10 trucks around it, but absolutely brilliant. Great fun event. Hopefully we can get back up there on another year, or even next year, hopefully. I'm gonna guess and probably say it might just be a dirt round up there, but I don't know. See what the guys are up to and what they decide to do. But yeah, that's it. I've had a bit of sleep since last time. I'm a bit perkier. Everything seems to be going in the right direction. So that's about it. Cheers, guys. I'll see you soon.